smell? Is that love in the air? Don't think I don't see you guys out there falling in love, giving it another shot, taking your second chance at love. But, yes, unfortunately there's a but. But what do you do if you have kids and the brand new love of your life has kids? And you guys have completely different parenting styles. I'm Coach Naja Hall, and today we're going to be talking about what to do if you and the new love of your life have completely different parenting styles. Aside from the DMs telling me that I should have been a supermodel instead of a life coach, the second most popular topic is how the heck do I get along with my person's kids and vice versa. So let's start with the matter at hand. Maybe the person that you've fallen in love with is a little bit too lax with their children, meaning they let them get away with things, they don't make them eat all of their dinner, they cater to their every whim and need. They allow them to talk back. They believe in absolutely no spanking, and you believe in the opposite. As if merging a household is not hard enough. Those things can make it feel almost impossible. FYI, if you're watching this and the person that you are with does not want to change or does not see a problem with the way that they parent or they communicate with their co-parent, then it's ultimately up to you to either be patient and just wait on them to come around or not. So what are you supposed to do while your person is getting it together? You can forge a lane of your own. You can parent your children the way that you see fit and allow them the grace to make the mistakes and kind of figure it out. If your partner was with their co-parent for a very long time, then they probably had a completely separate household culture than what you're used to. Meaning they ate certain things for dinner, they watched certain television programs, they spoke to one another a different sort of way than what you're accustomed to. And I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad, it's just different. This is where you gotta give them a lot of grace because I bet they don't agree with everything that you do anyway. Little Mr. Perfect. And while I'm sure your children are angels, you gotta talk to your kids. If you know that you are blending your life, which means your children's lives, with another person, then have a conversation. Be very open and honest. Get their opinions, but be firm in the fact that you are the parent. You've made the decision that's best for them, and you know what's best for them. That doesn't always fly if you have teenagers, though, because they do have minds of their own, and they might not be interested. And it's quite common to see kids caught in a loyalty bind. I mean, they might know that you and their other parent shouldn't be together, but that doesn't stop them from missing the old dynamic. Give your kids some time to adjust, but reinforce that you expect them to be respectful and tolerant of everybody. There's a possibility that your person could just be parenting from a place of pure guilt, and they have not figured out how to redefine what that means. Sure, they never thought that they would break up the relationship with their other parent, and I'm not saying they want to be back with that person. That's hardly ever the case, but they just don't know how to take themselves out of that feeling of being overridden with guilt because they've switched their kids' lives up so quickly. And I'm sure we all kind of know what a person looks like that's parenting from a place of guilt. And if this is what's happening in your household, please let them know that they are doing themselves, their co-parent, and especially their kid a major disservice. Now, I typically see this issue from a lot of single mothers. They'll get a new partner and it's been them and their child for so many years. So they don't know how to open themselves up and their child to the fact that there will be another parental figure in the home now. So anytime a new stepdad tries to enforce boundaries, maybe discipline a little bit, mom will get super defensive. And what that does is it ends up turning mom and child against stepdad, and he's backed into the corner, pretty much feeling helpless and useless. Lastly, if you're with a person that cannot seem to, how do I say this, set proper boundaries with their co-parent, meaning they text a lot, or they're checking in for unnecessary reasons, or you're kind of uncomfortable with what they have going on. Again, this doesn't mean these two people really want each other. They understand full well that they're not together and that they'll never be, but they haven't quite unattached from one another and they seem kind of dependent on each other. And it's kind of understandable. It takes people a long time to heal from heartbreak and the disappointment that their family is not going to look like what they planned it to, but it takes even longer to figure out how to effectively co-parent. And effective co-parenting does not mean checking in with each other multiple times a day. It's just not necessary. I mean, who does that? You gotta find something else to do, honey. All in all, if this is your situation, again, I just say you gotta be really patient. You gotta exercise a lot of grace, but you also have to determine what is the boundary for you and your children. Ultimately, you design your life. I am Coach Naja Hall, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me everywhere. Also, if you can think of any other topics or there's a question that you have, just leave it in the comments below.